What can I say, viewers? You smashed it. You bloody smashed it. Hello, welcome to the weekend episode. We're back again. Episode 12 of Hero to Villain. Oh, sorry, no. Hero to Villain. There we go. Now we're locked in. Folks, welcome back to a bumper episode today then, as we've got two matches as well as the end of the transfer window. Now, it's Saturday, January the 30th, and a couple of days before the window slams shut. Takeovers have been happening, bids have been coming in, and we're still at a little bit of a loss at what's going to go on in the next 2 days. Maybe nothing will happen, who knows? But we've got two games for you today regardless. Brentford to kick things off, and then Nottingham Forest. Of course, if Tony Wright ends up leaving, someone comes in for him and takes him away from me, we do have to look at other options. I've spent the last sort of half an hour to an hour going through, looking for players that I think could potentially replace him if a bid is matched and he's taken away from me. So yeah, something might develop, something might not. Who knows? It's an episode of mystery, viewers. Regardless, I'm excited to see how it goes. As we're going to go into our first game then, away at Brentford, of course, to keep you up to date with how our league campaign is going. If you look at the Sky Bet Championship table, you can see there currently 12 points clear at the top. Cardiff do have a game in hand, but don't worry about that for now. As Lemon, 17 goals this year, a man in fine form, a man that's been putting in the business every single game he's played, it feels like. 27-year-old Dutchman, of course, continuing to play fantastically. Let's see how he and the rest of the boys do today. Team-wise then, De Gard will be in goal. Morgan, Mendy, Scherz and Hurst will be at the back. Onomah and McGinn in the centre. Right on the left. Rod on the right. And Weaver behind. Lemons up top. We need to fill a gap on the bench, actually. Hurtado, who spent a little bit of time away from the team, is going to come back in. I'm not going to play him in this one. We might bring him on for McGinn at some point later on. But yeah, we'll start him on the bench for now. And Rhian Brewster probably to replace Costa as well, who's got a little bit of an injury knock. Hopefully we're okay in terms of homegrown players. Sometimes this becomes a bit of a challenge. But no, it looks as if we're going to be just fine as into the games we go. Now, I want to keep our good run of form going, really. Things have been going really well recently, other than the FA Cup game that, of course, went to pot a little bit. But league-wise, things are going well. Come on, lads. Show them what you can do. Keep the run going. And I'm expecting... Let's make a score prediction, viewers. I'm going to go for a 3-0. There we are. I should probably say 3-1 in case they score first. No, we'll go 3-0. Let's be bold. Brentford this year not had the greatest of starts. So, yeah, fancy our chances. As McGinn's ball out to Hurst is very good. The block comes in, though. And Onomah is going to pick up the ball. Our unsung hero in this side. Although he scored a couple of fantastic goals for us this season. So maybe he'll do that again today as their clearance is a little rushed. And we look composed and calm on the ball. Great ball out to Hurst again, who loves to get forward. Ball to the back post. Lehmans is there and probably should have scored. It's a throw in now on the other side as Kozrod gets on it. Eric, of course, and Reaver now left foot. Onomah, we've literally missed the goal twice in the exact same spot of the pitch. It's bizarre. The ball has flown past that post on a couple of occasions now. Hopefully, though, we can get back on top. Brentford, so far, doing quite well to see us off, or see us away from their goal, it must be said. 4 shots from us so far, yet to register one on target, and it's been a little bit of a dull affair, hasn't it? Maybe this is the calm before the transfer takeover storm, viewers. Obviously, the biggest issue for us will be if there's a takeover bid very late. Having it after the window's closed affects nothing, really, until the summer period. But as we get to half-time, it's Brentford 0, Villa 0. And, of course, in a game that I expect us to win, even though we're away from home, against a decent Brentford side, I would say, I'm going to get angry with them. Aggressively say, not happy with the performance. We can play much better. And I mentioned it before, John McGinn, he's going to come off, and Hurtado's going to come on. He's just a different calibre of footballer, viewers. We like McGinn. He's done a fine job for us this season, but you want quality. As I noticed, Nottingham Forest have moved into second position. Cardiff and Preston finally ousted from second and third as Forest become part of the equation. Will they be a club to return to former glory? We'll have to wait and see. As Brentford's free kick here, what is all this? I don't like what's happening in front of my eyes, viewers. Kelly on this right-hand side, plays it back inside as well. Gilles Begard, I think that would have been, as Urek gets on it now. Plays a beautiful wallop to Lehmans, actually. And now look at the runners inside. 4 or 5 of them racing forward. Can we get a chance in on goal? Wright's missed it. He's put it to the right of the goal, which is, you know, customary for someone with that name, but disappointing in regards of the actual finished product. Of course, we've got to think about some other changes maybe. 25 to go. Gudmundsson's going to come on for Reaver behind Lehmans, who I'm going to change to an advanced forward for the rest of this game. I do like him as a complete forward, gets everyone involved, but it's not been so good so far as Gudmundsson now on the pitch. Free kick, whipped in. Are we there? No, we're not. I noticed now, looking at the stats, Brentford have had 2 shots, just the one on target, whereas we've had 17, but still yet to score a goal. Maybe this will be our time. 20 minutes of normal time remaining, and can we build something? Hurst and Wright on this left, building something perhaps. As you can see, the double overload on that side, but we're going out to the right side instead. Morgan, who's got great crossing ability, finds Eric, who's just as good as Wright, pokes home. Maybe that'll be his last contribution for the club, who knows? But if it's a winning goal, we'll take it all day long. Tony Wright, 7th goal of the season. Eric with the assist, and you can can see Hurtado out to Morgan, really stretching the play. You can see Brentford playing quite a narrow system, and we've made the most of that. Too much time for the cross to come in, on the volley, right finishes, and looking good. And of course, regardless of all of this, the chances are Marky Fletcher will be joining us any minute now, which is going to be very exciting. I think he might be in the stadium for this one, as a shot from Goodmunson is parried away by Woodman. So far, so good, though. Not too long to go. We've played with this balanced approach all game. There's not long left to go in it. I'm going to bring Brewster on. Actually, in fact, no, I'm going to bring Skinner on for Lemons up top, just to waste a little bit of time. Of course, a quicker player, maybe on the breakaway, will be pivotal for us, as hopefully we can just see this out. This is a nothing highlight. Shows is just that we're being conned here. So I told you, I knew it. I'm like a police officer when it comes to dodgy highlights. Looks like that might be it, though. Half an hour, so 30 seconds to go, half an hour not to go. 30 seconds to go, and it looks like this game is all but won. As Skinner could seal things here, and he doesn't quite. Wins a corner, though, and that'll be the game. I mean, that's going to run down loads of time. 60% possession in this one. 83% of our passes completed, compared to 64 for them. The scoreline's only 1-0, but a dominant display from the Villa boys, and yeah, you love to see it. Tony Wright does indeed get the winner. Now, will Tottenham, after that performance, come back in for him? I suspect they might just do. 2 days to go of this window. Let's see. Now, as you'll see as well, I've made lots of inquiries about different players, and offers have been accepted all over the shop. The first of which is a £9.5 million bid for Karol Svoboda. You can see here, striking option, 20 years of age, Czech Republic international. I'm just thinking in terms of bringing other strikers in, this could be a sensational little pickup for us. I do want to get the scout report on him, really. I want to see if there's much for him to improve on. But already at 20, he's got some really nice attributes. If he is set to become even better than this, we have to get him. In terms of a contract, we're going to go for a hot prospect and see if he likes that. I think it's unlikely, but we'll see. He also wants to finish in the top half of the Premier League by a couple of seasons' time, which is very bold. He also really wants to be a key player and wants to treat us as a stepping stone. I'm going to do it just to see what happens. And Garrido was another player we looked at from Braga. I think you agree. Central midfielder. Rather good. But no, apparently not interested in talking about a contract. Can he see where we are in the league? He doesn't want to play in the Championship. Neither do I, mate. All right? But we all have to live with what we've got. The contract is tiny, frankly, which is very, very nice. There's a minimum release fee on there, which I can't get rid of because they've just offered this. The scout reports come in as well. Oh, it could be really good. I don't know. This is one of those situations where I feel like I almost need to see what you lot think. But I don't know. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, whoever that was, by the way. You all heard the noise. I don't love the fact he's got a release fee. I love the fact he only wants 11,000 a week, I have to say. And obviously would make a big profit on him. If you get rid of the sell-on fee percentage, that's a must for me. Everything else, I mean, yearly wage rise as well, but he's on such a low wage to begin with. I think we're going to suggest those terms. He's happy. I could have negotiated this far more, but after removing the sell-on fee clause, I didn't want to rile him up so he would start sort of forcing my hand on other things. Obviously, we've not confirmed the deal there, but we've made a bid. There's, of course, that part of me that thinks we can probably end up getting better, but yeah, he looked good, didn't he? And he's 20, so we wouldn't have to register him in the Premier League and things like that. I think it'd get a year out of him without us having to do that. So in terms of the squad, the registration-wise, it would give us a little bit more wiggle room for that. I've just been brought some feeder clubs as well. Barnet, Plymouth, amongst others. Let's have a look. Right then, where are we here? We've got, I mean, they're all rubbish though, aren't they? I don't want them. I don't want any of them. Wow, that was fun, wasn't it? I was kind of hoping that Boston would be on that list, but they're not. Hang on, why am I trying to sign strikers when I got Marky Fletcher coming in? That's something I really should have thought about before I made the £9.5 million bid. I'm waiting for a host of scout reports. I'm talking maybe 25, 30 scout reports to come in. Hopefully we get them before deadline day. This could be manic. I know I've promised the Forest game as well. This is the situation now. We could have a very long deadline day. But again, I've described this as a bumper episode, viewers, so I think we can all just be fine with it. The Sunday, in particular, very, very quiet. Now, whether deadline day, everything kicks off, we'll have to see. We are going to take part in it because I think it's going to be quite hectic. And I guess we'll have to... I mean, I'm a bit nervous here. I feel like it's not really in my hands. I'm not trying to force too many moves, really. I'm just trying to be prepared to react if someone comes in for one of our players. Of course, 19 bits of information have flown in and 6 transfer offers are suddenly on the table. Okay, the first thing is Svoboda from the Czech Republic is signed and pretty much sealed. I think we're going to do it, viewers. 9.75 million. It's a big outlay, but I think it's worth doing. A few other bits and pieces there as well. Marky Fletcher for 96,000. Oh, I'm so conflicted. But I think we have to do it. I think we need him in and around the squad. It's good to have a friend. And the best thing about Marky Fletcher is that I'm in his favourite personnel with Ryan Giggs. So that's nice as well. And if anyone questions it, Welsh international Marky Fletcher. Sure, he's only played one game, but that's impressive. Right, Fletcher's in. It's costing me 115,000. I don't want to hear anything about it in the comments other than Marky Fletcher. The only appropriate comment regarding him. And Svoboda, I'm going to get in as well. We're going to make 2 big transfers. Ah, there it is. I can see it there, viewers. Tottenham in offer for Wright. Have they maxed it? Because if they've just bid regular amounts, it's not enough for me. It's Crystal Palace coming for Thornilly, who I'm happy to let go. He's just been in under 23s for basically the entire season, so he can go out. Have Tottenham made the big bid? They have. 42 million then. Wright looks like he's going to be on the wrong side of the Villa fans as he looks set to leave. Folkwe we're going to have to keep around because he's our backup right back. Costa's had a loan offer from Dundee. I quite like the fact he's here as well, so we don't need to necessarily move him on. And now it comes down to an interesting situation. Tony Wright, by the way, player of the month, 3 goals in 4 games in January, and manager of the month. Hello, we need some sort of award. Right guard in, yes, not a sponsored video. I'll put it back. I would congratulate him on his award, but he's not congratulated me, so why would I? So Marky Fletcher, signed and sealed. So Svoboda is coming in as well, who needs a course to learn a little bit more English. But I do think, I really do. I know he's got this release fee, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare, you consider. But again, we could maybe change that, maybe offer him a new contract if he finishes the season well. He's certainly going to get a little bit of game time. The 10% wage increase over 5 years, considering he's on 11,000, isn't too bad. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. There's lots of things in there that I think are just fine. That season like landmark bonus things. If he's scoring goals after bonus, mate. The top division wage rise is going to increase his contract to like 20,000 probably. So that's a bit interesting. As Limin's not happy that a rival's been brought in. Well, good. Don't worry, mate. You're still here. You're going to be fine. You're happy with the balance of the squad. Yeah. I mean, I want you to state your claim for a regular place. Oh, good heavens. He's now getting a little bit. He's getting cross. I want him to up his training levels. There we are. He's sorry, but he just doesn't believe I'll actually pick him. I mean, you've played all the time. I think it's because we brought in a key player, so now he's kicked off. Of course, last episode we looked at Dylan Chambers. He was a possibility for us. I don't think it's going to happen. And Costa, I'm not going to let go. Swansea have made a bid for this centre-back as well. And Joe Wildsmith, who's in the under-23s, as a sort of a backup, really, has had a transfer bid, or in fact a loan bid put in. I'm going to counter with a transfer bid, though, of 4.5 million. I think Rangers will say no, but it was worth trying. If they really wanted him, it would have been good. Major transfers. That's happened then. Tony Wright is now a Tottenham player. And we wish him well, I guess, sort of. I think Chambers would be a really good signing. I just don't want to pay, like, over the odds for him. I'm going to make a £15 million bid. We've just got in major money for Wright on that left-hand side, of course. So we've got to try to bring in someone to replace him. 60 million in the bank. There's a double-edged sword here, really. Do I wait and just trying to sit on this a little bit? Skinner can play out there, of course. We have Sisto that plays out on that side as well, who's had a fantastic year. It's going to be his final year for the club too. Do we gamble a little bit because of our league position, because of their strength, and do we wait to spend this money in the next season? Of course, hopefully as a Premier League side, we could really go in with a war chest of like £100 million or something to spend in that window. And that's the debate in my brain right now. Is it worth going for or not? Of course, Marky Fletcher, he's in, so let's get him well registered. No wonder Lemons is worried, you know. I mean, you bring Marky Fletcher in, he knows that the fear factor's real. Well, that's interesting. Chambers rocked Barnsley by handing in a transfer request. Not only that, Thornley's going to be out, and he's actually accepted the offer, so we're ready to move with this one straight away. Dylan Chambers to come in on that left-hand side. Crossing is a major concern. Dribbling's very good, though. His agility's very good, and he's very, very quick. Knocks balls past opponents. I love that. Cuts inside from both wings as well. Love that. Runs with the ball. Cuts inside from the left wing. Does everything that I want him to do in that position. And, of course, at 23, still a little bit of room to improve as well. So, rotation option. That means his contract is going to be pretty reasonable, too. 29,000. We'll try and knock it down to 25. But this could be a big signing for us. 4-year deal as well, I think, because he could definitely be a backup. English, which is important, too. He wants a little bit more. I guess we'll give him that at the expense of getting another year on his contract. Everything else I'm really happy with. Well, not that agent fee down 100,000, but there we go. Saved a little bit of money at the end as well there. Could have maybe gambled a little harder, but with 12 hours left of the deadline, I'm not going to waste any time. We made an inquiry. We said they were chasing them. He handed in a transfer request, and now it looks like he's going to be, by the end of the day, an Aston Villa player, which is really exciting. It feels just about right. There's no clauses in his contract. There's nothing that you can weasel out of either. So if we want to sell him on in the future, we can do so for major money. And who knew I'd be spending around 30 million on deadline day? That's a bit of a shock to the system. But you can see there then, £15 million for, again, English player, could end up being an England international. Finishing's a little bit concerning, maybe long shots, but the pace and the agility and the balance of the man with that dribbling ability. 13 passing's pretty decent as well for a winger, to be honest. I think we've got a really good player here. If he's cutting in a lot, he doesn't necessarily need the crossing attribute, and a lot of the other little bits and pieces can be worked on. Again, 15 million for maybe a backup in a couple of years, but to come into the team right now and push Sisto out on that left-hand side, I think he's good, and I'm going to start him in the next game so we can see what he can do. Okay, deadline day should sort of be quite routine now. We've got the man we wanted. There are other players available out there that we considered, but yeah, Dylan Chambers, welcome to Aston Villa. And a couple of new boys in the squad, which I don't know if I was expecting, really. I didn't know if Tony Wright would be subject to a big bid, as all sorts is going on. All loan offers I just don't want to accept, frankly. But some big money signings for you as viewers. I'm happy. Money spent there. We had quite a conservative, I would say, the January period, sorry, the summer period was quite basic. We didn't do massive amounts. Of course, Batista Mendy was quite a big signing, and a couple of the frees were quite big, but everything else was quite modest. We've gone for it in the January, knowing, I think, at this point as well, that promotion is almost certainly on the cards for us. We've brought in some good strength in depth going into next year as well. We've got ourselves some options and still have 100 million in the bank. I'm very pleased with what I've done, I've got to say. As the loan offers here, viewers, you can see it there, look, are flying in. I'm not letting any of them go. I don't need to let them go, so I'm not letting them go. The major criticism of this month is that they believe Marky Fletcher can be regarded by the fans as a poor signing. They just don't know him yet. It's fine. They don't know him like I do, okay? And look, admittedly, he's not a £500 signing anymore. It's changed. He's back. You know, the friendship and the bond I have with Marky Fletcher is stronger than everything else. A late bid from Fulham for Sisto? No. Right then, the window has shut. Down it goes, and yeah, we've made two big signings. We were the main team involved in the transfer window roundup for the Championship. The biggest sale, of course, major failed transfers was Sisto to Fulham apparently, and we spent £24 million. Dylan Chambers brought in. Karol Svoboda has come in as well, and we'll see how those boys fare. Tony Wright enjoyed playing for Tottenham or sitting on their bench for the rest of the season. I can't wait to get Tony Wright on loan in the summer. That's going to be good. But 1 out, 2 in. Balance of the squad's looking good. Let's get to this game. Then this crunch game, top of the table clash against Nottingham Forest. I look forward to it. You'll notice the camera's missing. Editor Ben here. We'll sort it out in a minute. All right then, gang. Welcome back. After today's longer episode, I think we're going to have to do it, aren't we? We're going to play the two new boys in our system and just see how they get on in the new systems. Lemons can see himself a bit unfortunate, as can Sisto. Two of our top performers, and we're taking a lot of goals out of the... In fact, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing this. I was going to do it for the funness of the episode, but nobody in their right mind would do this. If we're winning, we'll bring on the new boys. What am I thinking? The guarded goal, Morgan, Mendy, Schurz. Hurst will be there as well. Hurtado and McGinn in the centre. In fact, I'm going to switch those two boys around. In fact, yeah. Eric will play on the right, Sisto on the left, and Gudmundsson will be behind Lemons. Little injury problems to Onuma and Reaver, who will miss out today, and CS isn't quite back to full fitness. Marky Fletcher doesn't make the... Yes, he does. Get Brewster out of here. All right, Marky Fletcher needs a 29, and he can have 20, our new striking man. Right then, final game, of course, of the episode. Final action of the episode as well. Let's see. They're second in the table for a reason. Can we get the best of them? We've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. They like that, of course. We're sticking with the 11. Hopefully, Lemons will get a lot of encouragement over the fact he's starting ahead of our new player in this one. Top of the table, clearly head and shoulders above the rest. The question is, though, can we keep it going against a good Forest side here? We're about to find out. As Ricci already early on, Schurz gets it half cleared, and oh my goodness me, Brown scores, and after 2.5 minutes we're 1-0 down after the first shot on target. Well, it's not great, is it? Maybe we should have played the new boys, you know, fresh energy, but no. It's a corner for us though. Gudmundsson plays it in. We're at the back post. Mendy's going to get under that. Hurtado's there now. If you can put it back out wide, that's what we need. Gudmundsson again, shot on goal. It's hit the post, and oh, not today. Not one of those. We've had one of these before, where we just rattle the bar or the post loads in a game. Yeah. So when I said a minute, I mean I'll let him. This bit wasn't a good highlight. I've watched it for your own safety viewers. He does realise in a minute that his camera isn't on. Don't do 30-minute episodes. You know this happened. You idiot. On goal from Pansel, but no, it doesn't go in. Half an hour gone. Still 1-0 Forest. Marcus Brown's goal. The difference between the two sides as we don't look comfortable. 10 minutes to go. We're going to go slightly more positive. Play slightly more direct for the rest of this game. Or the rest of this half at least. And just see if we can get our wider players involved a little more. Give it up to Lemans a little quicker hopefully as well. But so far, Forest, the away side, have looked very, very good. As Schurz, though, wins that back. The ball forward isn't great, and Hurst back to De Gaard as we try and work something. Although the clearance from De Gaard, not his best work. It was a little bit hopeful that we'd get on the end of it. And here come Forest once again. Can we nab the ball off them? Not quite. Uche now on the edge of the box, out to Baxter on that left side. Ball played in. Hurst and Schurz combined for an absolute calamity. And Federico Ricci with the goal. 7th of the season for him. We're 2-0 down to Forest now. Oh, good heavens, viewers. Not only that, but we've been recording for so long, my camera decided to stop working. We're back, though. Hi, viewers. Well, it's only me. Not good, though, is it, so far? No, we're not back. You didn't turn it on properly. You've messed it up. I'll replace it with this. That might have happened some time ago, viewers. I got caught up in the moment.
Yeah, no shit.
Gudmundsson, ball in. Can we get back into this game? It's hit the bar and gone over. Don't tell me. No, I think it just went over. The thing is, we're not playing that badly. But am I going to make the double switch that I think we all would quite like to see? Yes, I am. They've got a chance here, viewers, to be absolute heroes. Svoboda's going to come up top. We're going to bring Dylan Chambers on that left-hand side. The boys that have taken off, a bit hit and miss. One's played all right, one's played not so well. Let's see then. Can they be the guys to make the difference in the rest of this game? We're going to go slightly less direct. Not quite as quick either. We're going to change it up a little bit and see if we can just work our way into this now. I don't want it to be too helter-skelter. I want it to be quite measured. Come on, gentlemen. Can we get back in this? I'm going to go attacking as well. I just feel like if we start to play the way I know we can, we're going to get back in this. But with half an hour to go, Forest look very comfortable. The free kick, though, Gudmundsson. Could this change our fortunes? No, it can't. We're so... I'll take anything now. I mean, I'd take any sort of change. Gareth Hanna, 20 minutes to go. Hannah's going to come on for Gudmundsson, who's had a pretty poor game, to be fair. We go back to the highlights, though, as Svoboda on the ball. First time we've seen him do anything for us. Finds Morgan on this right-hand side. Chambers at the back post, and there we go. There's an impact. Dylan Chambers, in the name of Marky Fletcher. It's Dylan Chambers. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da. It's Dylan Chambers. Marky on the drums. Let's have it. The Dylan Chambers. Lovely stuff. Back in it, 2-1. Beautiful ball in from Morgan, by the way. We will bring Gareth Hanna on regardless. And is there an equaliser for us now? Is this game about to turn on its head as Hurtado gets a head on that, ironically enough? And can we get it often, though, and start a counter-attack of our own? That's the question. The press is still evident. You can see that we're chasing the ball at every opportunity, and it forces a mistake. Now, can we build from this? McGinn, the ball over the top. Oh, it could have been there. Gareth Hanna picks it up. Chambers now involved in the game. Takes on one. Ball in towards Hanna. Can he make it 2-2? He finds Eric. Oh, it's a good save from Steadman in goal, who keeps it at 2-1. I think he might have been offside anyway. Ball forward now, as it could have turned dramatically. Forest go close. 15 minutes. Is there space for a hero, boys? Come on. Ball lumped forward. Is there going to be a win? Oh, Schurz, you've missed the ball completely. I thought he was going to be sent off, actually. Morgan's been dumbfounded by the ball in, but here we go. Maybe a breakaway for us now. Hurtado, the most creative and most talented of players. What a ball that is, by the way. Hanna picks up the loose ball. Oh, he's missed it. He's absolutely missed it. Chance after chance. We're counter-attacking at will here. Hurtado, I mean, that... He doesn't know he plays for us. Oh, no, viewers. Oh, no. Hurtado, after playing one of the best balls I've seen on Football Manager this year, produces this. It's a good cross. I mean, if that's any consolation. Calamity, viewers. Absolute calamity. And it's going to end 3-1 to Forest. The momentum that we appeared to be building is gone, and Forest are going to come away with this with a 3-1 win. And the gap is still 10 points. If there's positives to take, we're still far and away in the lead. But losing to a team like Forest, it makes me nervous going up next year, hoping that we will, assuming that we will, on whether we can compete against better sides. Jack Hurst has had a 5.7, a couple of terrible games for him. It wasn't long ago, by the way, he had a 5.8. The games either side of that were very impressive, so that's why we're keeping him in there. But in the big games, Jack Hurst is falling apart. Captain Jack is not doing the business. Well, I'm going to tell them they're unlucky, as we're going to wrap this up here. It was a longer weekend episode. There won't be one tomorrow on the Sunday, of course, but we will see you back again Monday at 5 PM for more. Thank you for the support on the series. Hopefully you've enjoyed a longer episode this weekend, and we love with care. From It's Bench until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye. Look after yourselves.